Yes! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DCAF podcast. Or the Scrap World podcast. I'm not really sure what this is called. But I'm your host, Nigel Tommy, and I'm joined by my two, interesting co-hosts. Introduce yourselves, lads.
Why are we just interesting and not, like, wonderful or something like that, like you'd normally say?
Well, I think interesting is a better term to describe you two.
I feel slightly offended, but alright. Well, hello. My name is, Richard, but everybody calls me Fuzzy.
Yes, because it looks like you've got roadkill taped to your forehead.
Well, come on, Nigel, that's not very nice. It's because he's got some very fluffy hair.
Yes, it's charming.
Right, the shipping materials start already early in this episode.
What do you mean in this episode? It's the first one. Also, shipping materials, we could use those, yes, considering our navy is basically non-existent.
Well, we have a navy.
We'll get to that. But come on. You haven't introduced yourself, you fat bastard.
Yes, hello, I'm the fat bastard, known as Charles. Right, you happy now?
Yes, wonderful. Now, what will we be talking about today, lads?
Well, I don't know. It's the first episode. We could talk about anything, I suppose.
Well, Charles brought up the navy, so I guess we might talk about that. Although in the future we might have hosts. Maybe some lads from the actual navy. So maybe then we could have more of a actual episode about it. But I feel it might be a good starting topic. Because it's in a terrible state. It's even worse than the Air Force.
It's really lacking. Like, if Duckmany is going to do a naval invasion, which our intelligence suggests that they are going to try and do that, since it worked so well for them during the war with the Duck States, we're fucked.
Yeah, we only have I'm trying to think. I know we don't only have gunboats, but what else do we have?
Last time I checked, we had basically some crates with guns slapped on them. And the shoebox of an aircraft carrier. And besides that, it's just old Foxlands and Duck States stuff.
Yes. Truly, the Navy is interesting. I'm glad I'm not a part of it and am instead part of the ground forces of the Duck Civilization Armored Forces, which are by far the best part of our army, I would say. You know, totally unbiased. Totally not because I'm in it and am kind of, you know, the one in charge of it, but it is, technically speaking, the best.
As much as I hate agreeing with you, you are right. Because the entire nation put all of its effort in the army.
Yeah, we have, like, way too many tanks. Like, do we even have, like, standardized designs?
It needs standardizing. We are a flexible army, Fuzzy. A very flexible army. We can do any tactic we want, because we always have a tank for it. You want to go fast, then kick ass, use a Cromwell. Want to go fast and suck, get the Frog or the Forest Guard. Want to take it slow and use, like, Anvil Tactics and get the Char 2C or the 9 Spud Carrier or the Char B or Churchill. That's a really good choice. You should get a Churchill. If you're going to go attack with a heavy tank, always use a Churchill if available. That's a pro tip right there, folks.
I mean, there are better tanks than, like, that you could use for certain situations than a Churchill.
Like what? The Churchill's a universal tank, Charles. It can be used for anything.
Well, I mean, I don't think you want to do like a flanking attack with a Churchill. I think it's too slow to do something like that.
I suppose you have a point. Flanking in a Churchill would be a little bit, silly. Ridiculous, even. Even more silly if someone were to do it with a 3-inch gun carrier.
Yes. Truly. A most dangerous tank.
Yes. Not like we have a better version that's twice the size in your army. Yes.
Doesn't our 3-inch gun carrier technically have a bigger gun than the 9 Spud?
Well, yes, the 9 Spud Mark 1. The Mark 2 and even, and of course the 3. Way outgunning. I think the 3 might actually have the 3-inch gun carrier's gun as the secondary.
I think you might be right for that. I'd have to check the documents, but I think you're right.
Truly! Like, we have some wonderful designs. Of course, they're not super ridiculous like Duckmany. You'd think they'd forget the laws of physics exists. Like, what the hell are do you think they're doing out there? Making bloody land cruisers?
To be fair, we also have land cruisers.
Well, yes, but ours are really grounded, okay? In reality. You know, real army tactics. You know, every army should have an aircraft carrier that drives on land. Yes. It is a brilliant idea. One of our ex-designers was a mastermind, a genius.
Yeah, it's a shame he left. Why did he leave exactly?
We may never know. Perhaps he just got bored because the war takes so bloody long to start. I don't blame him.
Well, yes, but wars are... You don't just start a war. You gotta prepare for it. If you're not prepared for war, you're gonna lose.
Yes, and we're more than prepared. We've been preparing for like the past 3 years.
Fair. Let's not forget that it was originally the 2021 scrap war, folks.
Yes, and Duckmany going to attack was something that was already debated back in 2020.
Yeah.
But enough about that. Let's stop talking about Duckmany. We can rant about them some other time. I think that's quite a heavier subject for the first episode, yes. I guess today we're just talking about the army in general and what we think of it. You know?
I wonder how long this podcast can go on before Nigel says something stupid that's going to cancel it.
What do you mean, say something stupid? I don't say something stupid, Charles. I'm always right, and I always know what I'm talking about.
Don't take everything this man says for granted. He can be stupid sometimes.
Oh, come on, Fuzzy. I thought you were on my side. I thought I could trust you. That's why I brought you onto this podcast.
Not because he's like one of your only friends besides me.
Well, I'm finding out to call you a friend, Charles, but... Yes, it's because we've known each other since before the war. I only know you from, what was that thing called again? That stupid film.
World War Scrap.
Yes, we all played in that. Sound a lot different now, though. I wonder what the hell happened there.
I think it may have just been the voice direction that we had gotten for that.
Yes, that must be it. And it was fun, though. And it did get us into the DCAF.
Well, I mean, I was already part of it, because I was part of the Desert War, as you may all know. I was the sniper of the desert. I was fantastic as a sniper.
Yes, and back to our tanks, actually. We also have tanks for that. Like your personal favourite, Charles, which I don't know why it's your favourite, the Archer, for example. We have that for sniping. And we also have a bunch of other more artillery-focused vehicles. Like, that weird modification, the Chiha LG. Why the fuck do we have a Japanese tank?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what we've been getting recently? And it's really bothered me. I don't know how long we're planning to make these episodes. Because right now we're at around the 10-minute mark. But I think I have time to complain.
Oh, yeah, sure, go right ahead. I'm sure this episode could use another hour or so in length.
Right, okay, I'll try to keep it short. But we've been getting bloody American tanks. Where did they come from? Huh? Who decided we needed Shermans? We don't need Shermans. They're silly, they're stupid, and they're unnecessary. Now luckily there are Fireflies in there, because else it would be irredeemable what we're getting.
I've heard plans that we're also going to get stewards, which that would be fun.
Yes, the cute little things that can get quick, but they have no use on our battlefield, Fuzzy. None. They would be completely useless. You'd enjoy them though, because you're basically just like a race car driver.
Yeah, I was forced into this army by someone in this room.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Yes, I suppose it must be a mystery we'll take to our graves. Right. I think we might call it here. I'm thinking a nice length for these episodes would be around the 15-minute mark. So we still have a little bit to go. But I don't know.
Well, it's the first episode. It's something special. Maybe we should go further? Make it a longer thing?
Yes, I suppose we don't have like a great budget. A podcast is a lot more, well, it's less expensive. You know, I don't have to go over and get cameras and that silly stuff. You just have to listen to our wonderful voices. You know, people use these things to fall asleep to.
Oh, well, maybe we should then, like, I don't know, maybe be more relaxing?
There's nothing more relaxing than my voice, Fuzzy. I assure you. I bet everyone is sleeping soundly by now.
Yes, because you're such a bore.
If anyone's a bore here, Charles, it's you. You're an old fart. Ha!
Really, that's the best you can do.
It's not the best, but I don't feel like insulting you for the next half hour. Besides, I plan to end the episode soon.
TM.
But yes, our army's great. It's got great flexibility, and Dugmany doesn't stand a chance against our ground forces, obviously.
Don't know quite about that, but we definitely have a fighting shot there. Unlike in the water, or the sky for that matter.
I think the Air Force might recover itself. Because we do have, like, an actual aircraft designer who knows what he's doing, sort of. Which, beforehand, we didn't. I mean, that's why the MFP-10 exists.
Yes, truly, a wonderful aircraft. Peak fighter engineering. We love fighters, especially the MFP-10.
Let's not forget the MFP-11. We just added more guns to it.
Yes, and it already struggled with the guns that it had. So we added more guns, which is more weight, and also more recoil while firing. Oh boy, I wonder if the engine will stall.
But we have different planes now. Like, we have whatever that one fighter was called, with the double blades, with double propellers.
Yes, that one's kind of scary, actually. It's weird, but it can go really fast. I think it is a worthy opponent for some of Duckman's jets.
Oh god, don't remind me of that, our awful jet program.
Yes, I won't. Because all we've been doing is messing around with a Duckman prototype. It's not going so well. And then, of course, there's a million different versions of the Scrapper A2, or as we classify them, the MFP zeros, I guess.
Yeah, Our most recent is the 4?
Yes, and I think it'll stay at that. It is by far like the most optimized version of the Scraperator. I think. Not quite sure. I'd have to talk to Jenkins or Mitchell about that. Maybe Hugh. Arthur Hugh. I might see him later at the pub. I'll ask him.
Yeah. So, I think now might be a good time to call it quits, as we're starting to head near the 20-minute mark.
Yeah. I feel like this was a successful first episode. Thank you all for enjoying this wonderful little thing. Yes, you can ask us questions in the comments that or like topics you want to hear. Yes. Have like viewer interaction. I'm quite interested to see what you want to know about the scrap war. Or us, we're very interesting people, obviously. Except Charles, as I said, he's boring.
I have an entire, soldier history. I have experienced several conflicts. You have been in the army for 3 years, but you've never seen combat.
Well, yes, but that doesn't mean you're interesting. It just means you're old.
Oh my god.
So, yes, let us know in the comments any questions or topics that you want us to talk about next. Thank you for watching, and we'll see where this goes, I suppose. This is quite exciting. This is a great way to spread propaganda.
Of course, that's the first thing you think about.
Yes. Fuzzy, you're going to be editing this, right? Okay, cut this last bit out. Anyways, goodbye, everyone. Cheerio. Yes. I don't know how to end these things.
Maybe tell them to like and subscribe. That's kind of a thing people do.
Yes, please dispatch a like via carrier pigeon.
No, don't say that. You're already at enough of a Squire ripoff as it is. That's just going to make things worse.
What? Who is Squire? Who is this Squire chap you're talking about? Huh? Besides, you're just a ripoff of the Fat Controller from Thomas the Tank Engine. So maybe you shouldn't be talking so loud.
I mean, you didn't just have to go on and state it, but alright.
Yes.
Alright, I'm just gonna stop recording before these two go at each other.
What? We don't fight. We're peaceful people.
We say, but you're in the army, and you've been trying to, get this war going since forever.
Yes, and if I was in charge, we'd already be in the heat of battle. Yes, and we would be knee-deep in this conflict, and we would be crushing Duck. I bet we've already
before it goes too far.
beaten Duckmoney. We would be standing victorious on the ruins of Swim. Yes, and